Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Aphrodite, aka Madam Suave. If you are new here, I would like to welcome you to the community. Be sure to check the description box below and like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to. Remember that energy is timeless and fluid. This could be past, present, or future energy. Flip roles if they need to be reversed, and only take a resonates, leaving the rest for who it is meant for. So you are tackling troubled waters. I am getting that this is something that you have faced before, but not in this particular manner, okay? This is something that is stickier than you are used to. So yesterday, after I got back home, I noticed that coming in the house, a mosquito eater flew inside with me, okay? It flew in, and I'm not gonna lie, I killed it immediately because I cannot have big things like that flying around. Even though I was aware that it was something helpful, okay? It was something helpful because it does eat mosquitoes. Me in particular, I just do not want anything like that flying around, as I said, okay? So what I am kind of getting from that, right, because mosquito eaters, obviously they eat mosquitoes, which feed on the blood supply, okay? So what I am getting is that there is an energy that is upset that they cannot feed any longer, okay? There has been a prophecy that has been proven and realized. This is something that you stood firm on, and now it is understood why, and the confusion surrounding it has been cleared up. So this trust and test of your belief in your gifts and power were essential for this new development. It took a lot of time, but it paid off, okay? And the trial is almost over. So you have earned a lot of respect. Someone wanted your power or what you have, and their anger worked in your favor. No matter what they do, it works for your highest good. For some of you, you have been facing a court or some sort of legal battle, and you got what you needed to end this, or you won your case, okay? So you were able to put someone away, or jail time, either sentenced or served, or both. Sentenced and served, okay? I'm also getting, for some of you guys, for some of you, you won some sort of settlement, okay? But every single obstacle was thrown at you during this trial, okay? But you persevered. You are or were on a mission, and you do not stop until it is complete. Now, for someone here, you have had to learn a lesson the hard way, but whatever this was stopped before too much energy was exacerbated. It's almost like you hit a roadblock or some sort of force field that knocked your energy out of you, but this was to protect you. You are a very dedicated soldier and healer who genuinely wants to help with an immense power, and you are someone who you do not give up until there is a breakthrough. You push until you can't push anymore, but God pushed back because you are valuable and still have more work to do. This is something that was very risky and would have went badly either way for you or them, and so you felt this and you knew that it was not your battle to fight, because you have been doing this. I'm getting that you have been doing this for a very long time, okay? And your power is truly something miraculous and magnificent to witness, okay? So this situation went a lot deeper than it appeared on the surface. Now the symbolism of, or these are significant birds, okay? A parrot, mockingbird, and mockingjay are things that I was getting, okay? So there was some sort of inhuman display or inhuman experience. The law could have been involved here, and when I mean law, I mean like law enforcement. Law enforcement could have been involved here. Also prayer, okay? Yesterday, as I was resting, I had a clairaudience experience, okay? And I heard like worship and prayer going on, okay? So this is something that I was getting, okay? So prayer could have been involved here. And what I was getting is that because during this moment, all of a sudden, right, because I'm humming along, because I know someone is either in worship or prayer. So I started humming along, and I'm kind of just resting there because I'm like, okay, this may be a download coming in. And so my neighbors upstairs, like I said, for some reason, they're always used as an instrument, okay? They're always used as some sort of instrument. And so all of a sudden, you know, things started banging on the ground. Like they just got really, really loud, just moving around a lot, making a lot of noise. That was alarming. I am someone who, I do not like loud noises. And so kind of what the agitation that I felt from that is telling me that this person became very, very visibly upset, okay? Very visibly upset, or very loud to distract and to absorb your energy. They saw that you had angelic power, so you became a target. They saw your ability to speak and the power that you hold within your tongue. So they saw that you were very strong spiritually, mentally, and physically. And this person is getting weak, okay? So you were stopped from helping them because the spirits would have been free to run loose, which would have been a continuous cycle. Okay, so this cycle has to end here is the message, okay? This cycle has to end here. So this was hard to see because these spirits are very cunning, but the more threatened they feel, the more they begin to rear their head up to the surface. Also, this is kind of so left field, but A masculine wants you to know that no one could ever replace you, okay? This is deeper than love, and they cannot wait to tell you how they feel, all right? Back to the end of the message. Like, I don't know why that one came in so randomly. But anyway, so you need to be careful how you speak around someone because they can feel it. They are unconscious, but their conscious can still pick up on it, okay? I'm getting that this is someone who may be deemed senile, okay? But also communication needs to be cut, okay? A cord cutting, cut off power and access. This is something that is being decided to eliminate vices, or you're making a decision for your greater good. So like I said, because sometimes I give this to you guys as something that you were already doing, and for others of you, I know you are seeking advice because you do not know what to do. For some of you, maybe this is a situation that you have not faced before, okay? So what I have here for you guys, some sort of advice, okay, is to create a pattern change to create discomfort. So eliminating external influence to deprive of temptation and impulse, and to reconnect to reality, okay? So like I said, if this is someone who you are, yeah. So this may be someone who, either you don't know how to deal with or something like that, but you are choosing to kind of try to reconnect them to reality, or what I'm getting is that this is going to basically, this is creating forced change, okay? Creating forced change, which is going to kind of assist here, all right? This is hurting you to do, but you are doing what is right to protect and preserve. So you are teaching a tough lesson to someone who has inflicted pain and who you were incapable of helping, because you took on more responsibility than needed here, and you are giving them the responsibility back for their own actions. They were using or taking advantage of your resources or your willingness, and that still wasn't enough. So you are putting an end to it, or you need to, okay? So they may be upset, but you are not allowing it to influence you, or you should not let this influence you, okay? Because it was the same thing regardless. This just happens to be a better combination, okay? And what I'm getting is that there has been a shock here, some sort of sudden loss or sudden realization that felt very threatening. So what was once there is no longer there. What I'm getting is that the love is gone because they are gone. You realize that it was just a shell replicating remnants, almost like cloning, okay? Almost like a form of cloning. So it's like you could just feel that something was missing, a change in processing and emotions. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So yes, you felt this in the heart and spirit. It activated a different part of your senses and you kicked into gear. And so you needed to test something, all right? It felt like you were being called to action, and there were things about yourself that you didn't know were there that just kind of snapped into place or just kind of clicked into place, okay? So, but also there is someone who was being controlled unbeknownst to them. So they were under illusion, so things appeared differently to them until they were snapped out of it, okay? So it's like they gave into the darkest parts of themselves. This was like a very, very long blackout, okay? And so they were absent for so long that it left nothing but open opportunity for them to be overpowered and overtaken. So they dropped to the bottom of themselves. So this person is essentially already in hell, okay? They're already in hell, and they are an open portal and cannot fight what is coming, okay? So this is a lose-lose situation either way. They are at the end of their energetic supply, so violence may increase because it is very much like an addict going through withdrawal. So recklessness and impulsivity may also increase, okay, which will be a dangerous situation. So I am getting that you have already been made aware of this and are nipping it in the bud. But the last piece of advice for you is to be careful and take extra precaution. Be sure to have assistance, help, and witnesses, okay, and wear eye protection, all right, wear eye protection. That is all I have for you guys today, okay? I hope that this gave you some clarity. I hope that this gave you what you needed. If you got anything from this message, if you enjoy my channel, my content, my energy, etc., I do ask that you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to. And I'll see you guys on next time. Be safe. Love you all. Bye.